Hi there, and welcome to Marvel DVD and Blu-ray Limited Collector's Editions, Versions and Variants. Today we're going to be looking at the Hulk, the Ang Lee version. Just to let you know, this is not going to be a review of the actual movie, rather than just a quick look at some of the editions of this film that you can get on either Blu-ray or DVD that I've managed to pick up over my time. That's not to say this is going to be all of the editions that are available. There may be some more, and I'm sure there are ones that I don't have, but maybe this will give you an idea of some of the versions that you can find. If you're a collector like myself, you may not even know existed. So we'll start off with the basic version of the DVD. This is the 2-disc version. Now it comes in a kind of, you can't really see it on the camera I don't think, but it's a metallic sort of finish. Later versions came with just your basic non-metallic version. Now if you open it up, it was quite a nice touch. Obviously you've got the green plastic on the DVD case, and you've got the Hulk logo there. Obviously it's a 2-disc version. Quickly show the back. So the film was quite. The style of the film was very much shot like a comic book, and the back of the graphics here kind of represent that as well, which is quite nice. Now we'll have a look at the first of the sort of limited versions, I suppose. But I guess the next one is probably the easiest you'll come across. This was a re-release, and in the UK, obviously I'm from the UK, so most of these are going to be UK versions. In the UK, this was from the UK retailer called HMV. They released this under a Real Heroes label, and this was a bunch of films, a lot of them superhero films or sort of fantasy films, and they were kind of repackaged with different graphics, and it kind of looked like a comic book range really. The original versions had the card sleeve, which is the same graphics underneath, so I'll just leave that as is. It's fairly easy to pick up. It wasn't in a huge. Wasn't hugely limited, you might say, so it's fairly easy to pick up if you haven't got this one. Next up, we've got the German version of the Real Heroes Blu-ray this time. So I'm not actually sure if it's called Real Heroes in Germany, probably not. So it's the same graphics as the DVD I've just shown you, but this is the Blu-ray version, which is kind of nice. Again, you've got the graphics on the back there. And it's kind of nice. Looks pretty much the same. I'm not massively a huge fan of collecting the same art over and over again, just to a different country. But obviously, being this one's a steel book, I think it obviously gave some difference. Next up, we have again a re-release. This one was in the UK certainly was an exclusive to the online retailer Play.com. Now Play.com tends to be a bit of a farm for people from eBay to buy stuff to sell it as a profit on eBay. So if you are a collector, it's kind of worth keeping your eye on these sort of re-releases that are exclusive to sort of get them, because people tend to buy them in bulk and then resell them for profit on eBay. So it's quite nice graphics. Let me show you the back on there. Again, the nice sort of comic book motifs on the back there. It's kind of nice. Now the next one, you're going to think I'm bringing up the same DVD now, but this is actually the German equivalent of it. Again, it's a Blu-ray steelbook. Now the sharp eye of you may have noticed that it's the same graphics. If I show this one again, the actual image has been reversed, and actually the colour is slightly different as well. Now I do prefer the colour on this one, if I'm completely honest. This one's a lighter green. It doesn't look quite as realistic, I don't think, but again, not a huge difference, but it was different enough for me to sort of show an interest, so I got it. Quickly show you the back here. Different art on the back, however. Obviously you've got the big Hulk eye there, which is kind of cool. Quite like that. The next one's actually going to be my favourite version. You won't see this one around so much, I don't think. It kind of slipped under the radar for a lot of people, I believe. This is a Virgin Megastore exclusive artwork with just a graphic of the Hulk's eye close up. It's again, it's a metallic sleeve. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see so well on there. There you go. Same graphics as the back, but I don't see this one so much. Obviously, again, you've got the Hulk in green on there, 2-disc version. So if you are a collector and you do want different versions, I think sometimes this may go under the radar. People not realising they have got a limited version, and you may be able to pick it up on eBay for quite cheap. I don't remember seeing it all that often, to be honest with you. So you've got to be quite sharp to catch it, but it's definitely worth picking up. Lastly, you have a 3D box set of the Hulk. Now this is it's quite a chunky one. This one, if I turn it sideways, you'll be able to see how far they stick out, and it's quite a solid plastic. Quickly show you the graphics on the back. It comes with a whole bunch of stuff. It's quite a good package. Let me see if I can open this with one hand, because I'm holding the camera with my other one. There you go. So you've got the standard version of the Hulk DVD, again the 2-disc. You have a reproduction of the issue 1 of the Hulk, it's Hulk's debut. It's quite nice. You actually have a 3rd disc with some extra special features on there. This is probably my favourite thing in this box set. It's basically an art book by different artists, and they're sort of renditions of the actual scenes from the actual film, really, but done as a comic book. And it's the same scene where he, I think, first turns against Talbot, I think it is. Next up, you've got some storyboard art cards in there, and then I think this is just some literature. Nothing too exciting. Yeah, so just a little bit of a brief summary of the film. So that's quite nice. Like I said, I'm sure this isn't the only versions of the films that you can get hold of. I'm sure there are other limited versions that I've not seen or just not showing you on here. But hopefully it's given you some idea of what is available, and so you know, if you didn't know they existed, maybe you can get them yourselves. Anyway, check back. Also, we'll be posting more DVD reviews of different versions of all the Marvel films as we go along. So be sure to subscribe, and we'll catch you soon. Bye.